Hello, guys. How's everyone doing? Hey, Ran Blessing. Good to see you in the membership. Hi, Christina Love. Hi, Peter. I really hope there isn't a lag on my video. I think the all signs there was a lag because my internet was kind of iffy then, and unfortunately, I don't have a hard line here, so my energy has been screwing with the Wi-Fi signal a little bit. But hello. How's everyone doing? I'm seeing frames drop. Okay, well, we'll do the best we can. I know you guys will be able to hear the video at the very least. Sorry for the video lag, if there is one. Just when I seem to get it fixed, everything seems to go awry again. Hey, Nick. Hey, Summer Soul. Hey, Derek. Okay, guys. So, before I get into the messages that I received in meditation last night, which were very, very powerful, I want to just remind you guys all that the Starseed Technology Activation classes are starting on the December 21st portal. That is the very first class. That is when we were launching. And for those of you who've already signed up, you should have received an email yesterday from us. Okay? If you're interested, the link is in the description below to join to the link tree with all of the options there for you to join the class. Now, last night I was guided in meditation and was really brought into a very powerful place. And I was instantly working with light, and I wasn't sure exactly why. I actually haven't had this powerful of a meditation in 2 years. The meditation I had last night was the kind of meditation I used to have when I was going through a surge awakening in 2016 and 2017. So it was kind of, like a really nostalgic and really exciting to me to have all these really strong visuals coming in immediately. Like right away. And we're going to talk about the big V, or I should call it the small V, because it's really not that powerful. The messages and the guidance that came through was to put this video out today to discuss the fear around this V word, which I can't really even say it in the video. You guys know, even though it looks spelled right in the title, I haven't. I've used a different letter instead of the I. And so just because I know that everything is so crazy right now with it all. And so just bear with me. I won't be saying the word in this video, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And I want to first say that for all of you watching, whether you believe that you need the V in order to be safe, or you don't want the V because you feel like you're unsafe with it, like there's two sides of the coin here that we're looking at. So they asked me to open up with giving you this thought of duality to ponder on, because the fear is the exact same thing that both sides are dealing with. It's just coming from the other side of the coin. And for those who believe in order to feel safe from the Rona, this is rooted in a belief that you need something outside of you to feel safe. And it's also a belief that you are powerless without it. There is a lack of faith or trust in your own God-designed body system, in what was inherently given to you through God's design of what your body is capable of doing. And for those of you who are scared of taking it or being forced to take it, I'm also being asked to let you know that fear is the exact same fear, just coming from the other side. Because when we really get truthful and honest about it, you're fearful that that V has more power than you and that you can't override it. So you believe that something outside of you is more powerful than the God-given spirit and power that you are. So that's really important to understand as we go through, as we enter into these new times, because it's becoming a reality that may happen. And I have some messages here about all of this that I'm going to share with you, and some of them are really big. And the first message that they want me to bring to everyone's attention is, in school, I was very much into science, biology, chemistry, anatomy, physiology. That was like my love. And of course, some of the basic stuff that you're taught is that your first line of defense in the immune system is your skin, right? Your skin is your first line of defense. In order for anything to penetrate into your body, it's got to come past the skin, whether it's the mucus layer or not. And the reality is that is not your first layer of defense. Your first layer of defense is your energetic field. And that line of defense is much more powerful and much harder to penetrate than anything else in your body. Okay? So what they brought through in the meditation, I'm going to tell you guys so you can practice this on your own. You can do this at home to help align energetically and use the quantum field to strengthen your own immune system, and also in many ways either make you invisible to the V, which I will get into. This isn't like a Harry Potter trick or anything like that. It's just simple vibration. Okay. Or if you're in a situation where you have to take it, how to override it. Okay. So it was being shown, I used my, of course, I brought in my inner child because I try to bring her into everything I'm doing right now. And she was just sitting in my lap. And the next thing I know, I'm looking over a vast land, but I'm from a very high point up. In fact, I'm sitting on a throne that is on top of a very tall pillar. It's the tallest, and the reason why I say skinny is just because it was so tall. I mean, I was way stories and like buildings like high on this pillar, okay? And I was overlooking and I saw all of a sudden they were showing me around the land white light coming up from the earth, connecting to the heavens in a circle all around me. It was just a very, very powerful circle of white light, but it was really far away from me. Like it was encompassing a very big field. And of course, this kingdom represented the domain of my own energetic field in general here in this moment. And I was working with the energy and I was seeing the light get more powerful. And it was not just stopping at the ground, it was going beneath the surface of the earth, connecting into the core of Mother Earth, and also penetrating the heavens through into the galaxy. And I felt my whole body vibrating. My hands were on fire. My whole body was tingling. I could feel the power of my own field becoming impenetrable. Like nothing was able to get in. And I'm totally like a Game of Thrones kind of junkie, like that kind of stuff I love, I always have. And I literally saw dragons flying around through like on the inside of this white light that was all around me. So my dragons were there and it was just like, there were so many lines of defense happening that it was incredible to watch. And then they brought me right back to the center, taking my vision from the macro right into the micro. And I went straight into the molecules of my DNA, right to the very smallest molecule of my DNA. And I started seeing the light burst into action in the DNA, and it started to penetrate every strand of DNA and every molecule, and started to emanate into every cell of my body, and then connecting and moving through my body out, so that it was now an internal field of defense that was mirroring the external field of defense. Now, as I say the word defense, I have to say it's actually not a defense, it's an offense. Because when you're having to defend something, it's almost like you're being attacked, okay? And in reality, when you hold that kind of mentality, that you believe that something can attack you, and it brings in victim mentality. And I'm not a big fan of that. And so I just kind of think of it more of an offense, like a strengthening, just like the way you would go to the gym to strengthen your muscles to be stronger. This is what I see this as an act of just making you stronger and stronger and stronger, so that nothing wants to come near you anyway. You know, it's just like, oh, we're not even going to bother with that one. So that is something that you guys can use in your own meditation. Okay. Yeah, laggy connection. I know, guys. I know. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it right now. I hope the audio's okay. Okay. Now, they said the energy of this will either make you invisible. And when I say invisible, I mean your vibration is so high that anything in a lower vibration can't even see you. Like it does, you're in a completely different timeline. It's like two ships passing in the night. They never connect. It's exactly like that. So while I'm here experiencing one timeline, someone beside me could be experiencing a completely different timeline. And we may not even notice one another because we're just not in the same vibration. That's what they're talking about. Now, if you're in a position, because I know that there's people that are going to come across this where you have to take it, okay? You can neutralize it via this energy wall creation. This energy wall creation that you continue to build around you, it renders it, they said, dead, and they use the word obsolete. So, you know, I'm going to put out a little tough love here, guys. Okay. We're moving into times right now that if you are one of those people who has not been doing your work, you're not taking care of your own spiritual hygiene, you're just hoping things will get better, and all you're doing is complaining how it just seems to be getting worse and worse, and you're going into fear, there's no more room for that. There's no more room for that. You have no excuses. You need to be doing your work. You did not come here to be saved. Okay? You've got to be a willing participant in this mission work, and that requires you to be doing your work and to be getting really serious about how to work with the quantum field, how to work energetically. You came in with gifts. You got to start activating them. Okay? The ascension process isn't for the faint-hearted. It's not for the weak-minded. It isn't. And there are a lot of obstacles that will be thrown our way to challenge us and for us to overcome and learn and get stronger. It's part of our journey. It's part of how we grow and expand and become more wise and are able to take all of the wisdom gained, the deeper understandings, and bring it home to the star families to understand what we needed to do here on Earth. The next message is, do not let the fear penetrate your belief system. Okay? Fear is the worst weapon and the harshest weapon being used right now. And we all come across it. We all face fear. There's certain things that I have fear about. This isn't one of them that I'm really that scared about. I don't, I see it happening. It's not like I'm oblivious to what's going on. I really believe that I can override it. I really do. Now, there's other areas that in my life that I have to take that same kind of thinking and apply it to some fears that have a little bit more of a grip on me. So I understand. I understand the fear. I don't want you guys to think that I'm fearless and I don't ever deal with fear, of course. But I think because of my understanding of the body and how it works and working, and I've healed quite a few things now with energy and intention and vibration, that the experiences have helped to internalize a knowing that it's all going to be okay. They said here, you came here to operate in the 3D life, so adjust accordingly. When they change the rules, you change the game. And this is changing the game. So they want to work on the physical level, or so they say. That's what it appears like. But you know that you're going to work on the energetic level. You're going to use everything that you know, everything that you've been learning, everything you've been studying, and put it all into practice and really hone your skills. We all have really important skills here to execute. And a lot of us have been doing this work for a while. And even if you're new to this, just keep practicing. Keep putting everything into practice. They said, this was just so interesting. The V does not have home field advantage in your energy field. So stop acting like it does. And I love that. I love that. When we think about, a baseball game or any kind of game, home game, you think you've got home field advantage. There's a reason why you have home field advantage, because you've got all of the support behind you. You have the energetic support behind you. That home field advantage is dependent on all of your belief systems. Okay? You have to really get in there and find out, where is the fear rooted in? Where am I not believing in the fact that I believe I'm more powerful than this? Where is that belief system rooted in? Because you do have the home field advantage. Remember, anything that's trying to come into you doesn't know you the way you know you. And also doesn't know how powerful you are. You are the one who intimately knows your own energy field, how to work it, how to use it, what your strengths are. You know it all. Okay? So there is a need here to really remember that nothing has a home field advantage in your energy field. You always have the advantage. It's just, do you choose to believe it and use it or not? And so part of this whole process that we're all kind of going through, remember, things are going to get harder. They're not going to get easier in a sense of obstacles that we're going to be facing. Things are going to look like we lost. Things are going to look really dire. But there's a reason for it. It has to be that way. And anyone who studies the art of war, okay, and you read that book, I suggest you do if you haven't, you will understand exactly what's happening. And we all really need to be very smart about how we're allowing our minds and fear to be utilized during these times. And so don't focus on all of the things of the roller coaster ride that we're watching happening, all the ups and downs. Just focus on your own system. Focus on your own energy field. Focus on what you want to create. Where do you want to be more powerful? What intuitive gifts do you want to turn on? What in your life have you not created that you want to create? This whole thing is one big distraction. It's keeping us from stepping into the very power that we all came here to step into. This is one of the biggest distractions that we're all going to be facing in our lifetime. And so if we can get through this, believe me, in our lifetime, we'll be able to get through anything. So I want to say that with everything that's kind of happening, there's this hope that things will get better in this system, or that things are going to get better over here, or we're going to finally get a win over here. And I'm just letting you guys know, it's going to go down to the 11th hour. It's going to be, they say it's always darkest before dawn. I want you guys to remember that as everything starts to unfold. It is up to us to hold the light. It is up to us to hold the light in the darkness. When all of the hope is vanishing, we cannot afford to be party to the fear, to the diminishing of the hope. We just can't. That's not why we came here. We did not come here to participate in that. We came in here to participate in expanding the light, showing the light. And so by building up your own light, by believing in your own power and utilizing it, okay, to your own advantage, start treating this world from a quantum perspective. Look at everything you're doing from a quantum perspective. There is no more 3D reality for us. If you really want to be in 5D, you got to start acting like it. You got to start looking at things from that perspective, not from the 3D perspective, not from the old programs. And this is where it gets really tough. It's going to continue to get harder. It's just the reality of it. So it does. I don't feel like any of us are not equipped for it. I know we are. It just means we got to step up a little bit more. And we got to we have to keep cheering each other on, being the cheerleader versus the doomsdayer. So, there are, for many of you, what's happening with this whole V situation, okay? You are now facing timeline shifts where some of you are going to refuse it because it goes against every principle, and that's okay. It's happening that way, likely to get you out of a situation you've probably needed to get out of, but for whatever reasons, you've been hanging on to it, potentially out of guilt, potentially out of fear, potentially out of believing that you don't deserve anything better. And, that's what the solar eclipse coming up on Monday. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful solar eclipse that we have coming in on Monday. And there are good things coming in with this solar eclipse. Huge blessings. But do you believe you deserve them? Do you believe that things will work out for you? Because those are the things that are being asked to let go of. And many of us have a lot of belief systems around not feeling like we deserve something, or we're good enough for something, or that those kind of good things only happen to other people, not to me. And that's the kind of mentalities that we need to get rid of. Okay? So that is my message for you guys. We're all being faced with our own fears, okay? We're all this is a big purge year. All of the stuff that isn't in alignment with the parts of us that really desire ascension, really desire 5D living. All of those parts that are deep in subterfuge, deeply, hidden beneath the surface, in the subconscious and even in the unconscious, those things are being pulled to the surface right now in all of us. So whether it's this or something else, we're all being forced to face fears. And that's part of the reason why this is all coming up. This is actually all part of the ascension process to help us purge all of that stuff by being triggered by these outside worldly events, okay? And how people we know are handling it, how we are handling it, how our friends or our family are handling it, how people we put into elected positions are handling it. It's all part of the ascension process. Wow, there's so much dropping of my stream here. So I'm really sorry for the quality if it's not the greatest. So guys, I love you so much. Have a great weekend. For those of you in my alchemy program, I will see you tomorrow night. If you're not in my alchemy program and you want to join, link is in the description below. We have our live call tomorrow night, and I'm going to be going over the solar eclipse with you. I'm going to be going over the Saturn moving into Aquarius. I'm going to be going over the 12-21 portal with you. And I'm also going to be going over the full moon at the end of the month. So we're going to talk about that as well as some other great things, because this is a power-up time. This is a power-up time. This is not a time to be small. This is very expansive, and there's beautiful things coming in it. These astrological alignments are bringing in very beautiful things for us. So we need to be in a very receptive place to take them on. All right, guys. Love you so much. Thank you, Christina Love, for posting that in the live chat. I love you. And guys, and for those of you who are my YouTube memberships, please check the community tab. Your weekly tarot reading was released yesterday. You'll see it in the community tab, the link for that. Love you guys so much. I'll be back with you really soon. And stay in your light. Step into that power that's so inherently yours. And don't let this fear porn take over. Be very conscious of where your mind is going right now. Okay? Love you guys so much.